Harrison, U.S. President Trump's envoy Witkoff meets Putin as ceasefire deadline looms. And on Sports News today, former Puerto captain Jared Costa has died. Here is the news in detail, starting with entertainment stories. The Ghanaian Economic and Organized Crime Office, in collaboration with the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation and United States Justice Department, has revealed that it has seized the luxury vehicle, a 2019 Lamborghini Urus from Ghanaian dancehall artist Charles Armour, popularly known as Shatta Wale. The acting executive director of the agency, Raymond Archer, during an interview with the media, disclosed that the operation followed a request from the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department in 2023, which culminated in a lawful search of the rapper's apartment at Trasaco Valley Phase 1 in Accra, Ghana. The search was carried out by EOC's Surveillance and Asset Recovery Unit, leading to the discovery and seizure of a 2019 Lamborghini Urus. According to the statement, U.S. authorities have linked the vehicle to criminal proceeds of one Nana Kwabena Amua, currently serving an 86-month sentence of financial crimes in the United States. Sean Diddy Combs is seeking a presidential pardon from U.S. President Donald Trump following his recent conviction on prostitution-related charges. The 55-year-old music mogul was found guilty last month by a New York jury on 2 counts of transporting individuals with intent to engage in prostitution. Each count carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. His sentencing is scheduled for October 3rd, 2025. And straight to local news, the federal government has secured a $25.35 million concessionary loan from the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development to support a major initiative aimed at reducing the number of out-of-school children in Kaduna State. The facility, signed on behalf of the Kaduna State government, forms part of a broader $62.8 million blended financing package with international development partners designed to expand access to quality and inclusive education in one of the country's most affected regions. The Director of Information and Public Relations of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mohamed Manga, said the loan is expected to finance the Reaching Out of School Children program, a large-scale intervention targeting vulnerable populations, including girls, children with disabilities, and internally displaced persons. The federal government has approved the award of $4,249,626,879 grant for the funding of 158 research projects under the Tertiary Education Trust Fund National Research Fund 2024 grant cycle. The approval followed the report of the TED National Research Fund Screening and Monitoring Committee, which recommended the funding of the 158 research proposals after a rigorous screening exercise, which commenced with the receipt of 6,944 concept notes from various researchers. The TED Fund's Director of Public Affairs, Mr. Abdulmumin Oniyagi, on behalf of the Executive Secretary, Mrs. Sonny Echona, said the breakdown of the approval indicated that the sum of 2,349,951,630 naira 43 carbon was approved for the Science, Engineering, Technology and Innovation thematic group, 1,028,966,249 naira 32 carbon for Humanities and Social Science, while cross-cutting received 870,709,982 naira 94 carbon. In another story, trailblazing journalist, former managing director and editor-in-chief of National Concord, and one of Nigeria's most influential media figures, Dr. Doyin Abiola, has died at the age of 82. She was one of the wives of the late winner of the June 12 presidential election, Chief MKO Abiola. One of the sons of the late MKO Abiola, Jamil, confirmed her death to the media. Widely celebrated as the first Nigerian woman to become editor-in-chief of a national daily newspaper, Dr. Abiola spent over 3 decades in the media industry, breaking barriers and shaping public discourse through journalism. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has inaugurated a Judicial Service Commission to oversee key aspects of justice administration in the state, with the Chief Judge Justice Iyabo Yerima appointed as chairman. According to the governor, the newly constituted commission includes the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Abiodun Aikomo, President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Justice Tajuddin Abdulganiyu, and Mrs. M.O. Abdulganiyu, who will serve as secretary. Other members of the commission are Barrister Musibawa Detunji, Chief Joshua Abioye, Chief Moyosori Ajani, and Barrister Wahab Adeduba. Thank you for staying tuned. Newsline returns shortly. Please stay with us. Welcome back.
FM 100.7.
Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. Do not be like a potential bachelor who is busy cutting an eye for a beautiful lady in a very dark room. Give your business the much needed publicity it deserves. Come do business with us by advertising your goods and services on Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, and let's use our platform to uplift your own. Advertise with us by contacting our marketing department at number 2 MB Makpaderon Street, Bodewasimi, Basharun, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Telephone 0915-500-107. That is 0915-500-107. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at Melody 107 FM. At Melody FM Ibadan, we help make your business to blow. Yaga yaga. Melody FM, your real home of entertainment. Stay cool with Melody.
Melody FM 100.7.
To Newsline on Melody 100.7 FM. Thank you for staying with us, and straight to the business story. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has proposed fresh rules on the safe decommissioning of filling stations, sparking opposition from retail outlet owners in the downstream sector. The draft regulation, currently undergoing public scrutiny at the Stakeholders Consultation Forum on the proposed Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Safety and Environmental Regulations 2025, includes a clause that mandates formal procedures for the abandonment and decommissioning of retail fuel outlets. But stakeholders at the event kicked against the move, calling on the NMDPRA to limit the scope of the regulation to midstream operations alone. In its defense, the authority says the regulation is necessary to address environmental hazards linked to poorly managed or abandoned petrol stations. And on the foreign scene, a meeting between U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Russia's President Vladimir Putin is underway at the Kremlin. Steve Witkoff arrived in Moscow yesterday as President Donald Trump's deadline for Russia to agree a ceasefire in Ukraine looms. The U.S. president has said Russia could face hefty sanctions or see secondary sanctions imposed against all those who trade with it if it doesn't take steps to end the horrible war with Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has warned that Russia would only make serious moves toward peace if it began to run out of money. He welcomed the threat of tougher U.S. sanctions and tariffs on nations buying Russian oil. Finally, on sports news today, former Porto captain George Costa has died at the age of 53 after having a cardiac arrest at the club's training center. The defender led the Portuguese club to Champions League glory under managing Jose Mourinho in 2004 and won 50 caps for Portugal. The centre-back moved into management in held positions at 16 class before taking up the role of Porter's Director of Professional Football last season. And before we end Newsline this afternoon, here is a recap of the highlights. Federal government gets $25.35 million to tackle the Kaduna out-of-school crisis. Governor Seyi Makinde inaugurates Oyo State Judicial Service Commission. Ghana's anti-graft agency, FBI, says Shatta Wale's Lamborghini in U.S. fraud. Fuel retailers oppose NMDPRA's proposed decommissioning rules. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Trump's envoy Witkoff makes Putin a ceasefire deadline news. Finally, in sport news today, we told you that former Putin captain George Costa has died. And we've come to the end of Newsline and Melody 100.7 FM. Do well to join us on our social media platforms for more news stories and excellent programming. Newsline was compiled and produced by Babola Egunfemi, edited by Temita Pebrimo. I am Elizabeth Awoku. Do stay tuned for the Yoruba version of the news shortly. Good afternoon and thanks for listening.
The station Melody 100.7 FM.
Àwa làrà tí gbénú ọmọ alára dábírà.
Ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM. Àwa gangan làrà.
Melody FM Ìbàdàn. Melody 100.7 Melody Akẹ́yìndé gbẹ̀gbọ́n. Melody FM Ìbàdàn ti dé o, àjọ máa gbọ́ ni.
Ìròyìn ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn.
Ẹ káàsán. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín láti ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Olabisi Oladimeji lóníròyìn. Ṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn náà. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti ya owó tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù $25 láti dẹ́kun àìlọsí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ àjọ tí ó mọ̀ mójútó ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́. Ìròyìn ilẹ̀ òkèèrè, aṣojú ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ṣe ìpàdé pọ̀ pẹ̀lú Putin bí gbèdéke ọjọ́ tí ogun òfìsinmi ṣe ń súnmọ́. Ní ẹ̀ka eré ìdárayá, adarí rí fún ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Porto Job Costa ti papòdà. Ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti ya owó tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù $25 láti ibi ètò ìyáwó kan tí wọ́n pè ní Kuwait Fund for Arabic Development láti fi ran àwọn ọmọ tí wọn ò lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna kí àdínkù bá lè bá. Ètò ìyáwó yìí ni wọ́n bu ọwọ́ lù lórúkọ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna láti rí i dájú pé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kooro ó wà ní ẹkùn ọ̀hún lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Adarí ọ̀rọ̀ ìròyìn àti ìkànsí ará ìlú Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Mohammed Manga ló ṣàlàyé pé ètò ìyáwó ọ̀hún náà ní láti ná sí orí àwọn ọmọ tí wọn ò sí ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ pátá àti láti padà sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Ó ṣàfikún ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ pé gbogbo ọmọ ni ó jẹ àǹfààní ọ̀hún, ọkùnrin, obìnrin àti àwọn tí wọ́n ní ìpèníjà ara. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tí ó mọ̀ mójútó ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú adájọ́ àgbà adájọ́ Ìyábọ̀ Yerima gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ìgbìmọ̀ ọ̀hún. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà Mákindé ṣe sọ, àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ yìí náà láti rí agbẹjọ́rò àgbà àti kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìdájọ́ agbẹjọ́rò Abiodun Aikomo, ààrẹ fún ilé ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn alábẹ́lé adájọ́ Tajudeen Abdulgani àti abilékọ M.O. Abdulgani tí ó mọ̀ jẹ́ akọ̀wé ìgbìmọ̀ ọ̀hún. àwọn yòókù nínú ìgbìmọ̀ ọ̀hún ni barrister Musibau Adétúnjì, olóyè Joshua Abioye, olóyè Mọ́yọ̀sọ́rẹ́ Àjàní àti agbẹjọ́rò Wahab Adédìgbà. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn olè ń gbọ́ yìí ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn.
Melody FM Báṣọ̀run nìbàdàn ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ǹjẹ́ ìwọ mọ̀ pé ká máa ṣòwò láì ṣe ìpolówó ọjà bí ìgbà téèyàn ń ṣẹ́jú nínú òkùnkùn ni kò ní yọ? Ìpolówó ọjà làgúnmọ̀ òwò. Ẹ má dàbí ọ̀dọ́kùnrin tí ń ṣẹ́jú sọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọge nínú òkùnkùn. Ẹ polówó ọjà yín bó ti yẹ. Ẹ wá bá wa dòwò pọ̀ ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Nípa pípolówó ọjà yín ká sì fi tiwa gbé tiyín lárugẹ. Ẹ kàn sí ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà wa níléeṣẹ́ wa tó wà ní ojúlé kejì MB Mápàdérun Bódè Wàásìmí Báṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ẹ sì lè pè wá sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ 0915 500 107 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 0915 500 107. Bákan náà lẹ́tún lè kàn sí wa lórí àwọn ìtàkùn ayélujára wa @Melody 107 FM ní ìkànnì Melody FM Ìbàdàn. À ń polówó ọjà tó kówó yóò sì búrẹ́kẹ́. Melody FM ìkànnì àgbọ̀dúnú ẹ mọ̀ gbádùn ẹ̀ṣọ́.
Rédíò yìí kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀. Melody FM Báṣọ̀run nìbàdàn.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Ní báyìí ìròyìn ní ilẹ̀ òkèèrè. Aṣojú ìjọba ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà Steve Witkoff àti ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Russia Vladimir Putin wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé pọ̀. Steve Witkoff ló dé sí Moscow lánàá bí gbèdéke ọjọ́ tí ogun ò fi sinmi ti ní ilẹ̀ Ukraine tí Russia fún ààrẹ Trump bó ṣe ń pé bọ̀. Ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky tí kìlọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ Russia yóò gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ńlá lórí àlàáfíà tí owó bá ti ń tán lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìròyìn ní ẹ̀ka eré ìdárayá. Ẹni tó ti fi ìgbà kan jẹ́ adarí ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Porto Jorge Costa ló ti papòdà ní ẹni ọdún 53 lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí àárẹ̀ àyà kan sọ́wọ́ níbi ìgbáradì ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù ọ̀hún. Olóògbé ọ̀hún ló ti léwájú ikọ̀ Portuguese lọ sí ìdíje Champions League lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso Jose Mourinho ní ọdún 2004 tí ó sì jáwé olúborí láìmọye ìgbà fún Portugal. Ó ti gba ipò ní ọlọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan ní ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó tó 16 kó tó gba ipò adarí Porto ní sáà tó kọjá yìí. Àkójọpọ̀ òní jù báyìí lọ ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Àmọ́ kí n tó máa lọ ẹgbọ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn tá a mú wá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ya owó tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù $25 láti dẹ́kun àìlọsí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ àjọ tí ó mọ̀ mójútó ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́. Ìròyìn ilẹ̀ òkèèrè. Aṣojú ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ṣe ìpàdé pọ̀ pẹ̀lú Putin bí gbèdéke ọjọ́ tí ogun ò fi sinmi bó ṣe ń sún mọ́. Ìròyìn ní ẹ̀ka eré ìdárayá. Adarí fún ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Porto Jorge Costa ti papòdà. Èyí lópin àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn fún tọ̀sán tòní ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí gbogbo àwọn ìtàkùn ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ wa @Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Bọ́bọ́lá Egunfẹ́mi ló kó ìròyìn ọ̀hún jọ. Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Brahima ló ṣe àtúntò rẹ̀. Olabisi Oladimeji ló kó ìròyìn ọ̀hún wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ ń gbọ́ ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn.
Melody FM Báṣọ̀run nìbàdàn ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀.